Several breaking news stories for you tonight. We start with a homicide investigation in Anderson. The coroner is responding to Osborne Avenue, not far from Main Street.
And that's where we find Fox Carolina's Kennedy Harris. Kennedy, what can you tell us about the situation right now?
Yeah, Dana, well, this is a very spread out scene. In fact, when we first got onto the scene and we arrived here, it was difficult to tell which house was the focus of this investigation, but we have figured it out and learned a little bit more information. I'll step out of the way and let you get a closer look. We know that around 7:45, Anderson Police and the Anderson County Sheriff's Office responded to 914 Osborne Avenue for a shooting where multiple shots were fired. Now, the coroner has confirmed that one black male died with gunshot wounds. And as you can see here, this is still a very busy scene. We've seen over a dozen police and deputy vehicles out here. We saw an ambulance is actually still on the scene at this moment. And as I said, this was a very spread out scene. So right now, the focus of the investigation seems to be on this white house here on Osborne Avenue. But at one point, the investigation was spread down onto Pickens Street as well, where we saw several markers laid out on the ground. We counted, and the most we counted, the highest number we saw was 29. So it was at least 29 markers that were laid out on the ground. But at this point, it seems that I wouldn't say the investigation is wrapping up, but it seems like they're narrowing what is the actual scene of the investigation. We've seen some of the officers pulling up some of the crime scene tape and letting some of the vehicles out. But as you can see, still a very active investigation at this point. We're told that investigators are interviewing witnesses and collecting evidence at this point. And as you mentioned, this is close to Main Street. We're kind of right outside of downtown Anderson. It's also close to Anderson University's sports and athletic complex. It's just right up the street. But as far as we know, this is all the information we have, but we'll continue to bring you updates as we do learn more information. For now, in Anderson, Kennedy Harris, Fox Carolina News.
And we're following